What's up, guys? We're here bringing you a video today. We're getting to another BG yet again late. I don't know what's going on, but apparently a lot of people are leaving BGs. I seem to be just getting out of fucking BGs non-stop. It's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying to be getting to a BG that's halfway done. I mean, this one's got 5 minutes left, but there's only 1 flag cap, which I assume means it's a close game. So let's get into it. What I do want to talk about with 5 minutes left to go is I had a topic that I want to speak of, which is this weird. It's very weird. I recently came into contact with a person. I know that sounds weird, but it was a person who told me that video games may cause violence and there's no proof otherwise, and blah blah blah. Which obviously there is. There's been multiple tests done saying and suggesting and proving that video games do not cause violence. But I wanted to talk about the relationship between a person who thinks video games cause violence and then for some reason don't think movies cause violence. Now to me, movies and video games are almost the same media. I mean, there's something to be said for people thinking that, you know, because you're controlling the player character in a video game, that's what would make you what would cause you to do the violence, I guess. It's like, oh, he's controlling the actual character, therefore that's why he's doing the violent things. And in reality, I think it has nothing to do with that at all, obviously. But I just wanted to speak about how I don't understand how a violent movie, and there's some violent as fuck movies, or like TV shows or something. And by the way, I'm not saying they cause violence. I'm just saying I don't understand how someone can see a movie or see a TV show and think that a disgustingly violent TV show could not cause violence, but a video game with cartoon violence, or even if it's semi-realistic, it's always animated. It's always not realistic. It's not a movie where there's actual people doing these things. It's always some form of unrealism going on inside of the game. Whereas with movies, obviously, there's an extreme amount of realism because 9 times out of 10, it's real people. It's not CGI. It's not, you know, an anime or something like that. Which is another thing I could talk about, like anime violence and stuff, and how people think, I guess, because they're cartoons, they don't cause violence, but for some reason video games do. I don't understand it, and I just wanted to ask you guys, like, why is it just because people think because you're controlling the player character that's why it causes violence? Like, what is the logic there between someone saying that a video game can cause violence, but movies and TV shows don't? Or is this just a false thing that I have? Because or do they think all media causes violence? And I just don't understand it. Like everyone, and even like a young child, can differentiate between like a movie and a fucking video game and like real life. There's no one in the world is like watching something and like, oh, that's real, that's a real thing. And not only that because that's real, I now want to do it. You know what I mean? It's just a recent thing that I saw, and it annoyed me because I saw like something happened in America, or like there was some people talking about it, and how immediately the media or certain media outlets in America were reporting that it was because the person who caused the crimes played violent video games. And naturally, I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this shit? On top of that, I wanted to speak quickly about the stuff that I don't understand, which is people talking shit again about movies. The American Sniper movie recently came out. And it's been getting a lot of shit because apparently it's a lot like the Nazi propaganda movie that's inside of Inglourious Basterds or something, or so Seth Rogen said. Again, I didn't follow this. It's just people were talking to me about it, and again, I don't understand how people can't differentiate between like a movie. Like, okay, I understand if the movie seems to be like that, and call it out whatever. If the movie's bad, call it out whatever. But it's like, it's just a movie. Like, who gives a shit? It's there for a purpose, you know? If the movie's there and it's badass and it's glorifying a dude who kills other people, or if it's glorifying a badass sniper or some shit, that's because the movie's going for that. That's because the movie is, it wants to get, you know, that kind of mostly male audience where they really like the violence and the badassery, and they like that. For some reason, it really appeals to guys that have that, the kind of hero standpoint. I know it appeals to me. I mean, when I was younger, that's all I cared about was like heroes. Not necessarily just heroes and superheroes, but like someone who does something and seems like an extremely badass person. Always appealed to me. Always appealed to me. Mainly because I was like, man, I want, you know, as a young kid, it's like, man, I wanna be like that when I grow up and I'm older. But then on top of that, you know, when you get older and you lose a kind of childish side of you, you still have that, you know, I wouldn't mind storming some people. I wouldn't mind you know, being that badass or being that cool or being that slick or whatever it is. You're always attracted to that thing that honestly it's usually just portrayed in a way that isn't realistic, or it's just someone that you've misinterpreted as being like more amazing than they actually are. So I just wanted to ask you guys what do you think about this whole video game violence, and if video games cause violence, if movies should cause violence, or if people are being hypocritical by saying video games cause violence but movies and TV shows don't. It goes back into the conversation I had about how people are fine with showing violence on TV shows and movies, but then like sex scenes immediately get like a higher rating. And here in Australia where I live, it's even worse because we don't, like, our government is so like anti anything, like anti like violence or anti whatever, that half the time we're denied like media or like video games or movies because it has too high a rating, which makes no sense because we have like an 18+ rating. Like that's not a thing that exists, but for some reason we still can't have video games that are like over MA, which it's just like, it makes no sense to me. But you know, that's just the way the fucking Australian government works for some reason. Like for instance, GTA 5 wasn't released in Australia, stuff like that. It doesn't affect me that much because I am a PC gamer, so I play stuff on Steam. And I'm just gonna stand there and smack my dick against this fucking Halo for ages and do nothing. I buy games on Steam. You can still buy games on Steam without having like that area affect you very much. But it's just something that's really weird to me. I wanted to know what your guys' opinion was on that subject. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this quick video. Have a good day. I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.